What's up, guys? It is JD from leterrip Adventure. We've got a unique one we're doing here today. Now, if you guys have been keeping up with the Moab series, we have mentioned several times throughout the videos that we currently have out that we've kind of wanted to focus on the differences between the Sportsman 1000S and the Scrambler 1000S.
Let's go!
Now, I know that's a big debate when it comes to the ATV aspect of things because people swear on not only the Sportsman platform, but people also swear on the Scrambler platform. I'm kind of biased. I like the Scramblers. Now, we have Casey. Now, if you remember, where was our last trip, buddy?
Moab.
Moab. Okay, so he had the ability to not only take the Scrambler, which we did last year we did Colorado, correct?
Yep.
Yep, so we took on some of the most challenging trails. Casey, you have quite a bit of experience on the Scrambler, correct?
Yeah.
Yes, so now Utah that we just went to, he didn't ride the Scrambler, he went out and bought him, what year is this?
24.
2024 Sportsman 1000S. Not a whole lot of seat time other than a lot of road miles, 300 miles, took it to Moab, and you rumple stomped that thing. So what trails did we do so far in Moab? Poison Spider.
Poison Spider, 7 Mile Rim.
Hell's Revenge.
Hell's Revenge, Tusher Tunnel.
LaSalle Mountain.
LaSalle Mountain.
Yeah, Poison Spider.
Yep.
We already said that one, but Chicken's Corners. So this guy has had the ability to use not only the Sportsman 1000S on its platform, and not only take the Scrambler and rumple stomp both of these machines up some pretty gnarly trails. So once again, I'm kind of biased. I like the Scrambler, but we're going to kind of go over for you guys which one should you buy if you want to get a big ticket item like the Sportsman or the Scrambler. Okay, so to start with the Sportsman, Casey, what are some of the things comparing the Scrambler and the Sportsman did you like over, what did you like about the Sportsman versus the Scrambler?
Well, the towing ability for sure, because I can tow hay wagons or whatever. That's why I was just doing that last weekend, so
yep, because if you guys, we'll come back, if you guys aren't familiar, you can't tow anything with the Scramblers, absolutely nothing. Now if you come to the Sportsman, as you can see right there, there's a good old receiver hitch mounted on the back of that, and Casey sent me a picture, what was it, a couple days ago?
Yeah.
You had a hay trailer hooked to the back of the Sportsman. You're not doing that with the Scrambler.
No, you're not.
So 1 point in Sportsman. Now, what did you also mention in regards to the seating versus the Sportsman versus the Scrambler?
Oh yeah, the seats like way more plush and comfortable, and
yeah,
it's just awesome.
It is. So like if you wanted to compare the two, this is like sitting on a bar stool. This is like sitting on a high-end recliner. Now, I don't have a lot of seat time in regards to that, but I did have the ability to mob it a little bit around in Moab, take it up and down the road, and there is a big difference between the seating quality on the Sportsman and the Scrambler. The Sportsman is way, way more comfortable. So, now, seating, great. Another thing that I was kind of jealous of, guys, is you have, now if you're not familiar, $18,000 machine. He snagged this one up. What'd you get this one for, price-wise? 14 out the door. He has LED lighting. It came with all the bumpers, came with the winch, came with the light pod, came with LED lights, which that doesn't seem like much, but when you've got a $17,000, $18,000 four-wheeler, and you can't even throw some LED lights on those things, that's kind of a bummer. Now, I know they did update some of that stuff in the 2025 models, but we'll talk about some of those differences here in the future. So, seating, you loved it. Comfortable wise, now, okay, if you had to compare the two, which one was more comfortable riding overall? Sportsman?
Yeah, I can just,
it eats it up.
Cruise back, sit back there and just cruise for a while. I'm like, I don't need to go. I'm like, yeah, if I want to go, do something, doing the dunes and stuff like we did out in Moab, that thing, the Scrambler would be a lot,
lot different, a lot better.
Yeah. So it's with the weight and stuff too.
You can notice the difference. So now that's one thing I was going to talk about as well. Like, I've been up and down our road right out there. I've been up and down our road 1,000 times. There is a spot where the blacktop drops and comes down. And on the Scrambler, you will notice when you come over that stuff that you feel the bump. You feel the drop off. You can tell it's there. I just took the Sportsman up and down there. I went to actually stand up and brace myself a little bit, and the Sportsman just ate it up. So I guess rideability wise, if you want a very sport orientated machine, the Scrambler is the way to go. If you want a comfortable overall ride with the bells and the whistle, the Sportsman is the way to go. Now, there is the downside to that. Can you tell the weight difference between the Sportsman and the Scrambler?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
tell. There's a little bit more.
Because I think mine's 880, and I think yours is what, 960?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it doesn't seem like a whole lot, but by the time you add on the full fenders, your light pod, your storage, your accessories and stuff in the front, which we do not have on the Scrambler, you can indeed feel the weight aspect of things. Now, people would say, oh, that's a negative, and there is negative sides to that, but Casey took this Sportsman, other than a couple obstacles that I think this machine would have done, you took your machine through all of the exact same obstacles that I did, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't even hesitate.
No.
You know, so if you guys are not familiar as well, the Scrambler comes with same size tires all the way around. You know, they've got the 27s, same thing with him. He's running the 27s, but he has the wider tires in the back. And do you feel that hurt you or helped you in Moab?
I don't know. I think it did a little both. So,
Yeah.
it does get more traction and.
You know, because I guess.
Well, but and then with going down all the slick rock, I think it helped. You know, because there's more.
Tire patch, more tread pattern, yeah.
patch. So going down the hills and stuff, you can control. You can do that, and it won't slide like the
Scrambler does. Yeah.
Skinnier on the Scrambler, yeah.
Yep, and if in the sand aspect of things too, if you guys aren't familiar, if you watch guys like Matt's Off-Road Recovery and stuff like that, they say that a bigger footprint, lower tire pressure and a bigger footprint on the sand seems to help as well. And I did notice on some of the footage that I've been looking through for Moab, when Casey would be carving through it, it seemed like he kind of stayed up on top some of that stuff, where the skinny tires on the Scrambler were cutting through that. So I guess let's start from where we were at the beginning of this to where we're at now. You have the comfort side of things. The Sportsman is a very comfortable ride, like riding on a recliner versus riding on a bar stool.
Yep.
As far as weight wise, there is a difference, and a noticeable difference between the Sportsman and the Scrambler. Does it affect the overall performance of the machine? No, not really. I feel you could get past that.
Yeah.
Okay, 23 halogen headlights, LED headlights. You've got your accessories and your pod up here. You've got all your accessories and stuff here. Not to mention power plant wise, what's in there? 952 parallel twin, correct?
Yep.
Same thing that's in that. So a lot of times people ask themselves, which unit would I prefer to own? And I guess that's all in your guys's, you know, preference and your riding style. All right, so another feature that the Sportsman has that the Scrambler does not, and now it seems like I'm knocking the Scrambler, don't get me wrong, I love the Scrambler, but I'm telling you what, there was times that I was kind of jealous of some of the perks and the bells and whistles that he had in the Sportsman 1000S, because when you're following right behind me, I bought a more expensive machine. You had some of the accessories, add-ons, bells and whistles. For example, check it out. If you guys are not familiar, where you got storage here? You've got storage front.
Yeah.
Yep. Which isn't a lot.
Isn't a lot, no.
But you do have storage. And what do you got in the back?
Got a little bit of like a trunk here.
Yeah, a little junk in the trunk.
Yeah.
You can see it there.
Gloves and.
Yeah. So now for my aspect of things in regards to the Scrambler, what did I have for storage? Other than this, which I had to buy this cantankerous turd that sits on the back, you have nothing more than this little bitty trunk right there, which you can't get nothing more in the toolkit back there, and that is about it. So storage on the Sportsman, no storage on the Scrambler. You also mentioned too, what do you use this thing for the winter?
Plowing.
Plowing snow.
Plowing snow.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know if you could probably plow snow with that. Is it recommended? Probably not. Can you plow snow with this? Yes, you can. You can hook a hay wagon to it. You can plow snow with it. You can store stuff in it. And one thing that I was thinking about too today when I was driving in the semi, the accessory lineup that you have available for the Scrambler is lack thereof. The Sportsman platform has been around for a long, hot minute, and there is a lot of aftermarket support for the Sportsman.
Oh yeah, yeah. You can get, so you can get your gas cans if you want, if you're going, on an overnight trip or
your
gas.
They've got chainsaw holders.
Yeah.
They've got firearm holders.
Yep.
For Yeah, I mean, they have just about anything and everything you can think of as far as the Sportsman is concerned. Now, one thing, coming back to the weight aspect of things, one thing Casey was kind of bummed about when he bought this, if you guys are not familiar, on the Scrambler, they do come with the Walker Evans 3-way adjustable shocks. Now, that sounds absolutely amazing. Here's the thing. I'm the type of guy that wants to hop on a machine, ride it, and enjoy it. If I was racing a machine, gives you full adjustability, but the normal average Joe like you and I've never messed with any of that stuff. Not adjusted the preload, the damper, any of that stuff. It has stayed absolutely the same. Now, just for the I've got Walker Evans shocks, that is one thing that this does not have. This has just a regular old standard Polaris style shock. And what did you notice in Moab a couple times in regards to the regular shocks?
Probably bottomed out 2-3 times, depending on coming, off the rocks and stuff. So
yeah,
I definitely
did that. Yeah. And now that could be a combination, not saying these are bad shocks, but between the not being a performance style machine and being a more utility aspect, plus the 1000S platform, he did bottom out a couple times where you hit the bottom of the shock and you know it. That brings me to one of the tests I just did out on the street out there. Mine will do a wheelie. I got on his and I had to see, will yours do a wheelie?
Yeah.
And it does a wheelie. It does. This big old tank, full fendered, accessory, everything you can name it, bigger tires in the rear. She picks the tires up, holds the wheelie just fine. Now the shock aspect of things, when I did drop it down on the blacktop, guess what happened with the shocks? I did bottom it out. So I guess that is one of the positive side, or 1 point for the Scrambler. You do have the better shock setup. Now, coming right back to that though, if you guys look at the 2025 Polaris Sportsman 1000S, what did you find out after you bought the 2024s? What now comes on the 2025 Sportsman 1000S?
Walker Evans shocks.
Yes.
Yep.
So they did listen to the consumer. They did put fully adjustable, 3-way adjustable Walker Evans shocks on the 2025. So that's not looking really good for the Scrambler, because the 2025 Scramblers that just came out, the only thing they changed on those things is the color scheme and LED headlights, which I feel they should have had from the friggin' get-go. So I guess if you're looking at buying a brand new machine, a 2025, the Scrambler, if you want a race orientated, go fast, eat it up, just everything you throw at it type deal, the Scrambler is the option. Is there anything else you can really outfit or do? You can't pull a trailer. You don't have a whole lot of storage. You don't have the ability. You could probably hook a snowplow up to it. Is it made for it? No, not really. So this Scrambler as a whole is a sport orientated machine, and I am sold on this platform. Until I own this machine right here, Big Blue, everything I have pointed that machine at, that Scrambler, it has taken and then some. And every single time I go out with that machine, I am extremely impressed with the capabilities of this machine. It has not only impressed me, but it has improved my riding skill, because ask Casey, I took on some stuff in Moab that was pretty intense.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that you want to take a regular side-by-side up.
I was railing this.
Just give her all she had.
Yeah, we're talking straight walls almost. It felt like Wipeout Hill. There was a couple places on Hell's Revenge where it was it eats it up. It does what it does. So not knocking the Scrambler platform. Now, if you go back, like I said, in the 2025, color scheme has changed. The LED headlights, otherwise everything from the 2023, 24 models are all the same in 2025. Now, if you come over to the Sportsman, if you want a machine that is not only comfortable to drive. Yep. Because how many miles you got on this thing now?
680.
680 miles he's already had on this. You've only had it for what, 2 months? Not even? Yeah.
A couple.
Yeah, so he's got a little bit of drive time on this thing. So if you want to go into the Sportsman aspect, not only is the accessory lineup great, the new 2025s come with the Walker Evans. The weight is definitely noticeable, but it does not compromise the ability of the machine. You can put a snowplow on it.
Yep.
You can pull a trailer with it. You've got storage with it. You've got all your LED headlights. You've got the same power plant. So I am always a Scrambler fan, because I got into the Scrambler before I had the ability or knew somebody that had the Sportsman. If I were to do it all over again, or I was a little bit older, or had a reason for the utility side of things, if you had to choose between the two, which one would you go with? Obviously the Sportsman, right?
Yeah. I'd probably go with the Sportsman.
Go with the
Sportsman. I'd probably like to have one of both. If I had to choose one, I'd probably go with the Sportsman.
Okay, yeah, so that's things you guys need to take into consideration. I know, like I said, you can do all the online research. This is just our personal experience. Some very challenging trails in not only Colorado, Moab, Utah. We have put both of these machines, I feel, through the paces on some pretty challenging trails. Now, one thing I needed to state to the viewers, they might watch our Moab stuff. For example, Poison Spider. Have you noticed that the GoPros have a tendency to flatten out some of the stuff that we ride? Have you noticed that?
Well, yeah, I noticed that. That's what I was going to say. I'm like, you can't really tell that we're going up vertical too much, you know, on like couple, like maybe if you're on some of the GoPros, like if you're like right, you know, at the bottom of the hill, like there's a short of you doing one or whatever, I could tell that you're just mobbing. It looks, but if you're farther away, I think, then it takes the severity of the obstacles away. Yeah, if you're not super close.
Yeah, so we have honestly put these machines in some very challenging trails, and you hear that a lot in the YouTube world of things. Oh, it looks different in person. I've had experiences like that before, where I have taken machines to what I thought an obstacle that I could personally do. I've gotten to that obstacle and said there ain't no way. So take it from, you know, our personal experience. We have taken these machines to some stuff that has been what felt like almost vertical, to the point where you felt like the machines were going to go over backwards. Combine that with Colorado and Utah, and we have put these things through the paces. So to sum things up, if you want a sport orientated machine made to go fast, race, jump it, rail it up some nasty challenging obstacles, this is the one. If you want a machine that has the same comparable performance, has the utility aspect of things, has some storage, has the LED lights, and if you go with the 2025, has this exact same suspension setup, the Sportsman is the way to go. Now, I guess you guys can take it for what it is. We're just a couple of average Joes, right?
Yeah.
Average Joes with big boy toys.
Man, just love
going fast. Yeah. Yeah. So if you guys aren't familiar, Casey's been on the channel once or twice, but what is your last machine? What was your last machine?
I had a 2013 Polaris Sportsman 400.
Polaris Sportsman 400, and his next machine, he upgraded to one of the baddest rigs in the industry. And I don't care what anybody says as far as the ATV game is concerned. I feel these are two of the baddest machines on the industry right now.
Yeah, they're awesome. They're awesome fun.
They are. Fun. Yeah, that long travel suspension and the way they got these set up. Oh yeah, too, I almost forgot. If you guys made it this far, one of the differences between the Scramblers and the Sportsmans is part of the drivetrain. The A-arm setup and now the Walker Evans in 2025 is different, but the Scrambler's half shaft and differential front diff is out of the smaller side-by-side lineup. Yours is a regular front diff, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
So that is one of the perks of the Scrambler. 1-point Scrambler. Yeah, he didn't have a whole lot going for the Scrambler. Yeah. You know, other than being fast and having great suspension. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've got a side-by-side differential in there, and that's going to have to work for me. But I'm not going to lie. If I had to use for the utility side of things, seeing what this Sportsman was capable of, I think I would go with the Sportsman. But I like to go fast. I don't pull a trailer. I don't have a snowplow. So for me, the Scrambler is mine. So with that being said, guys, hope some of this helps. If you guys decide to not only snag up, what are a new one of these now? They're what? 18 grand, I think now?
They're 18.5.
Yeah, 18.5. And this one, right? Same thing, 18.5. Same thing. So you guys have the ability to kind of weigh your options as far as what machine is going to suit your needs. And if you like to not do more than just going fast, I recommend the Sportsman 1000S. If you want to go fast, have a bulletproof machine so far, with everything I pointed this machine out, it is done. Scrambler 1000S. But if you guys want to, go ahead. It is free. Mash that subscribe. Hit that notification bell if you want to see content when we post. We do also have supporters that support the channel. We've got GLife UTV, we've got LOYO Lights, we've got RPM, we've got Bikeman Performance. If you use leterrip, saves you guys 5%. With that being said, oh, hold on. What's our next adventure? What are we planning here? Do we have anything in the works, or what's the jam?
Do we?
I don't know. Not as of right now. We may possibly take the Wheelers. I'm thinking about early August West Virginia trip. But me and the wife have some craziness going on in our life right now, so you guys may see some of that. Casey's aware of what's going on, so trips maybe. You're going up north,
Yeah.
Blue Hills, Wisconsin, middle of July.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Middle of July?
Yeah.
Are you riding that tomorrow or this weekend?
I'm going this weekend.
Yeah, he's going this weekend.
Yeah, I'm going up to Barnes.
Yeah, that's it. So he's heading north. He's heading north with his machine. He swung through so we could get this filming done. But like always, guys, I appreciate each and every one of you, all the OGs that have been here from the beginning, pushing that 3,000 subs. I appreciate each and every one of you. And what do we say?
On to the next adventure.
Thanks, guys.